Welcome to Growth School, everyone. How are you doing? Please let me know in the comment section where you're joining us from for this webinar. Let me know where you're joining us from this webinar. Okay, it's another moment of Growth School, and every time it's Growth School o'clock, you know there is always something phenomenal, something insightful, something inspiring to be released to you, and you will be transformed by the topic that will be shared today. Please drop in the comment section, let me know your name and where you're joining from. Also, kindly do well to share with your friends, share on your WhatsApp status, share on every of your platform. Invite your friends to gather right now and be part of the session, because this is going to be a true liberation and it's going to be an immense tool of transformation in your life. You know, I've got a lot of things to really share. In fact, I'm very sure we'll not be able to complete this particular topic today, and we will be taking it at another available opportunity. Okay, so if right now you are maybe a student, you are graduated from school, maybe you're a core member, you're just starting out with certain decisions in your life, or you really want to do something phenomenal and you find yourself always drawing back, this webinar is for you. If you're an entrepreneur, you're just starting a business, or maybe your business is on the verge of failing or it has failed, and right now you're just giving up, you're not sure what to do, then you should stay to the end of this video, because the things that will be shared will really transform your life. Okay, so are you ready? Are you ready? Now, before I go into the topic of today, I'm going to be sharing some very important tips that will be very instrumental to you. Now, there are 4 to 5 major tools that you need to change your life at any time, all right? You can plunge into any of these tools or identify one of them at certain instance that may be lacking in your life if you don't seem to be seeing the changes that you need. Now, number one tool you need is the right knowledge. You need the right knowledge. Listen, there's nothing that is going to change in your life outside the level of knowledge that you have. I'll say that again. There's nothing that will really change in your life outside the level of knowledge that you have. And also, you are limited, you are caged, right? You are enslaved by the level of knowledge that you have. Now, not the level of knowledge that is available to you, but the level of knowledge that you have. Why? Because that knowledge is available does not mean that you have gotten access to it, does not mean that it is in you. Just like we have lots of people saying a lot of things on YouTube, we have lots of content on Facebook, we have a lot of people saying things on a daily basis, releasing a lot of knowledge. The fact that those knowledge are available does not necessarily mean that you have them. Does not mean you have them. It's the knowledge that you have received, you have conceived, has created so much of conviction within you, and you have begun acting on them. That is real knowledge. So number one tool that you need to make transformational changes in your life is knowledge. Okay. Number two tool that you need to make transformational changes in your life is relationships, all right? Relationships, strategic connections that add value to your life and contribute to your growth and your well-being. If you really want to transform your life, you want to change your life, you want to move from a point whereby people begin to see you achieve enviable results in your life, you need strategic connections. You need the right relationships in your life. This is why you must always watch out for the kinds of consistent relationships or the group of people that you grant access to your life, that you stay around, that you exhibit your atmosphere around. Because whether you like it or not, the people you spend time with consistently will soon reflect on who you become, all right? Will soon reflect on who you become. The people you consistently share ideas with will determine what you eventually become. It does not matter how brilliant, how naturally talented you may be, associations can destroy you or they can make you. You need to settle down right now and begin to ask yourself that the people you speak to consistently, the people you imbibe their content into your heart, the people you interact with, the people you engage with, the first set of people you go to when you're confused will make you end up just like them, will make you end up just like them. That's why you find out that when you associate yourself consistently with certain people, when you go to sleep, even in your nightmares, you keep hearing the things they say, you keep brooding over the things they say. Why? Because associations are very, very critical. All right, they are very, very critical. I remember that I shared in one of um, my webinar, okay, one of the growth school sessions when we talked about building strategic association. I think it was a two-part series. Go on YouTube, go on this channel and check it out and watch them. All right, go on our live category and you would see our growth school series. All right, relationship are very, very important when you want to transition your life and you want to transform your life. Number 3 area of life that you must pay attention to if you really want to change your life. Just like we had last week when we invited one of the solution architects at Money Africa, that's Temilola Deyemi. All right, she was here when she spoke on wealth system and how you can master the game of money. You need to go back and really watch that webinar if you were not there live. Watch the replay. Number 3 thing that can really change your life and can transform you in no small way is money. Is money. I won't want you to look away from it. There are a lot of people who have always felt, oh, money is not important, it's not necessary. Let me just live my life and do things. But I will let you know that as long as this earth is concerned, you will need money to carry out your economic right, your economic duties that has to do with living your life. You go out every day, you need to transport yourself. Right now, you're watching this, you needed to get data to be able to watch this webinar. At some instances, you need to put on nice clothes, you need to meet certain people, and you need the financial resources to be able to feed these needs. All right. You want to buy books, you want to enroll for courses, you want to enroll for classes, you need the financial capacity. You must pay attention to these areas I'm talking about. I've spoken about knowledge, I've spoken about association, I've spoken about the financial capacity. You must work on your financial capacity. No matter how little you start, at least start and then begin to grow from there, so that you can get to a point whereby you would not be enslaved to depend on people before you fulfill certain things in your destiny journey. You need to work on earning a living, all right, having some sort of budget that can make you live your life and become the best you really want to be. Okay, what's number one? What's number one? Let me see you type in the comments. What's number one? Knowledge. Number 2, relationships. Number 3, money. Number 4, you need character, right? You need character. Character comes with things like integrity, comes with things like excellence, comes with things like delivery. You need character. Character is very, very important. You know, I've seen a lot of people who got to certain areas of their lives, and because they got maybe a little success, they got a measure of success, or they attained certain successes, they were no longer humble to the people who recommended them or who assisted them to the point where they got to. And before you knew it, the people who knew how they got there were the same people who knew how they got down. You must be a person of character. You must be a person of character. You must get to the point whereby people can speak good of you even when you're not there. You must position yourself in a form whereby people can speak right of you even when you are not there. For example, at a time, I think this month, I had a couple of students who came to me, there were two of them, and they started saying certain things. They met me in a short time. I've not been there. I just got into the campus, just just spent one session. Right now, you're all right. I go into a new university where I lecture now, and these two students were speaking. They were saying a lot of things, and I became like I was getting really emotional. Why? Because they were just things I would do normally, things I would just care for people, just being there to ensure they could do this, ensuring a better life. And one of them said something that really got at me, like you said, you don't even know what people are saying behind you. Like if you know how much people get to really appreciate you, some of them don't come to you to tell you and do all of that. The question is, it has to do with character. It has to do with character. If there were instances where I felt, oh, maybe not so many people are here, and I decided I wanted to take advantage of any of them, that's the same way they would have spoken about it behind me. All right, they were spoken about it behind me, and I would never have known. You must be a person of character, which means you must be willing, just like Fela Dotore will say, you must be committed to doing the right things, irrespective of who is doing the wrong thing. Whether anyone looks at you or not, you must be willing to do the right thing, even when other people may be doing what is wrong. Why? Because your value system keeps telling a story about you, keeps telling something about you, gives people an idea about your concept, your ideology, the places you go, the things you do. You must be a person of character. If you really want to transform your life, it's very, very important. Okay, and number five is where we will begin today. So what we'll talk about is you need courage. You need courage. Have you ever imagined why you bought a lot of books? Maybe you attended a seminar and the person spoke and spoke and spoke. And then at the end of the day, the person gave an offer that, oh, go and buy that book. And something within you keeps restricting you from taking the step, not because you don't have the resource, but really because you are so filled with uncertainty to the things that can change your life. There's a group of people who will be scared of going to pay and get that book. There's also another group who will take the step to get that book, but they don't even get started consuming what is inside that book. Or maybe you're the person you have been always thinking of an idea for 10 years, 11 years, 15 years, but that idea keeps sticking in your head until the day you find out someone just rose up and then you now found out someone is implementing that idea. There is the courage problem. Number five thing is you need courage. You need courage. You need courage. Listen, a leader who is courageous, leading a courageous leader who is leading hundreds of fearful people is more powerful than a fearful leader who is leading 100 courageous people. That's why you must understand that there's a part of your life that requires courage. You need courage to take decision when it has to do with relationship, even if you are not sure how well it will go. You cannot predict 20 years, but you can position and build yourself to at least take that step. You find out that, oh, you have an idea for a business. Because you're scared, you do not build the competence to be better at it. That's why it's important that you pay attention to the things that make you fearful. Courage is very, very important. There is nobody, I'll say it again, underline that word. There is nobody on earth who is doing something significant who did not have to take a courageous step at one point or the other. There's nobody who became great at anything who at some point did not have to take courageous. There's some of them that before they started the life at the moment when they Those who are conversant with the Bible will know this. If you have read the Bible and you're conversant with it, you'll know the story. It was the story of David and Goliath. Now, if you read through that story very well, you'll find out that hmm, Goliath kept talking, kept speaking to everyone. If you have anybody that can beat me Anybody that can fight with me, bring the man. He defiled this. And he kept talking and talking. And everyone there, including the king Saul, everyone there was intimidated. Every one of them, they felt so intimidated. They were like, can we be this person? They already saw themselves killed and haunted because their fear scared them. And I used to say something that your fear fears you, but you are not aware until you face it. Those things you fear, they are scared of you until you face it. Have you seen people that always come, surely, you know, I grew up in Oshodi, so I knew some of these things. Surely, oh yeah, we were, Manuel. You see those people that are always talking, always talking, always talking. Sometimes they don't have anything. Sometimes they don't have anything. If you have the trick to know how to confront them, you will beat them blue black that they will be able to say anything. Most times, the people that talk a lot, they don't have anything. No. In fact, they are the weakest. That's the same way you should picture your fear. Those things that speak so loud in you, you can't do it, it's impossible. Other people have tried this before, they didn't make it. You see, some people have tried to monetize their talent, they don't make anything out of it. YouTube channel, you can't just start YouTube channel like that. It's a lot of work. You will now stand before your camera and be doing, and it's giving you all the limitation. He said your fear fears you until you start. Until you start. You know, intentionally, I told someone that the videos I started with when I launched my YouTube channel, I intentionally left it because I want people to learn. If you see some of those videos now, you'll be surprised whether that was me or not. But you know what? I started afraid. I went on, continued. And then you will see the growth, you'll see the improvements. If you see some of the growth school sessions we did in the past and now, you'll see there's a lot of difference. Look at the thumbnails, look at everything. Growth. Growth. But you will not grow until you are born. You will not grow until you are born. So you need to come out of your fear. You need to face that fear, do it regardless, and then you see the changes happen in your life. You see the changes happen in your life. Is anyone getting the value so far? You're getting value. Let me see you type jollof. I love jollof a lot. Let me see you type jollof. Type jollof in the comment. Jollof, 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 jollof. Jollof. You know, I love jollof a lot. Most especially when you put jollof, you put green beans, put liver, all right, all those carrots, all those nice things. Then I have nice turkey. I think someone is salivating. So courage is the ability, let's go back. Courage is the ability to face your fear, to face uncertainties, and then to face your intimidation. Now, it is the strength to stand up for what is right, to follow your heart and dreams, even when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. You see, that ability to stand up, to rise up, to take actions, to make things happen, to effect change, to make a difference, make life better. Okay, that moment where you step out and you see a stranger and it looks like, I've not met this person before, and you're scared. You just walk up to that person and say, hello, my name is Dr. Abiodun Mustafa. How are you doing today? Courage, courage, courage. And little by little, that courage that makes you walk up to an event and you feel like, I don't know what this speaker is going to say. And then you just walk up and introduce yourself and say, sir, it was an amazing session I had with you. My name is Abiodun. I do this, and I just want to learn from you. What is you start asking questions. And then engagement has started. Engagement has begun. Courage. You need courage. I'm telling you, your life is going to change if you stop living in the prison of your limitation. If you stop living in the cage of your fears. If you stop living in the dungeon of your intimidation. You need to step out and leave. Just leave. Just come out and breathe. Breathe. Come out and breathe. All right. And go on. I remembered when I was working with lead resources, and I know Hamzat Oluwaseun will testify to this, and our boss then, when we had meetings, like we used to have a sort of review meeting, okay, on Mondays, every Monday morning. And when we had those meetings, I hardly talked. Like most times I'm just there, just delighted by what people are sharing and saying. Sometimes they will even call me. There was a time my boss always tell me that always talk in meetings. You have stuff inside of you. Most times when my early times at leaders also, I don't talk at meetings. Like I just stay there, listen to everybody, take notes and do this. I prefer even just writing down my ideas than speaking. But I realized there was a measure of belief and a growth in my confidence whenever I chose to express my ideas. Whenever I just shared, looking at it this way, considering this, can we look at it this way? And I was becoming more intelligent. I was becoming more intelligent. I was becoming more smarter. I was becoming smarter. I was becoming smarter. I was becoming smarter. I was becoming better on a daily basis. Why? Because when I shared them, I got other people who brought the ideas to make it better, which means I could refine those things I shared and use them in a constructive form and implement in a more intelligent form. Very crucial. And my speaking started improving. I could stand in public and express myself and train people, and people will enjoy it, and people will be delighted, and entrepreneurs will learn. Speaking, speaking, speaking. So the question is, if my own life can change, when I believe I was just introverted, I don't like to talk, to one who could stand on platforms and speak, and people would be inspired, people would be challenged, the lives of people would change, then you too can do the same. The difference is that you're standing on a side of courage that is limiting you from stepping on the other side of your greatness. Okay. Now look at courage like a muscle. People who go to the gym. What's up? How are you? Let me see. Are there people who visit the gym here? Can you raise up your hand for recognition? Like you go to the gym, not that they have gym beside your house or they have on your street. Like you visit the gym and then you go to the gym. Now, what do you notice? You would always notice that most times the people who are consistent with visiting the gym, there's a way, the kind of weight they used to lift that when they started used to be very difficult. At a point, they will just go there and lift it easily. You'll just go there and lift it easily. Go there and lift it easily. Why? Because now they have been able to build their muscle to be able to overcome lifting that weight. Lifting that weight. Or even if it's the meal, all right? That's different types. Like when they first start, it's always very stressful. At the time, they'll feel pains on their joint. At the time, they'll feel pains on their arms. But when they do it consistently, it now becomes really easy. That's the same way courage is. That's the same way courage is. When you want to start becoming courageous, it may be very difficult. It may seem so hard to do. At the time, you would have a lot of palpitation within you. You have your heart beating so fast because you can't even understand. Like you would look at it and say, hey, oh, well, but when you do it again and again and again and again, you will now become a courageous personality. You become a courageous personality. Maybe you are in a school as a student. Prepare. Just make sure you write out questions you want to ask at the end of the class. And then read it to yourself, read it in your mind. Make sure it's intelligent. Ask in class. Maybe people look at you in a certain way. Ask again. All right. Ask again. Ask again. You will get better. And then you'll be able to receive understanding clearer than others. Why? Because you are now becoming courageous. Don't be the type that all through the semester in class, you never ask questions in class. You don't know what you're doing to yourself. You are limiting yourself to a state. To a state. You can't grow, you can't be better, you can't do the things you should do. Why? Because you keep being limited in a cell, in a dungeon. Okay, so think of courage as a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger you become. You want to become so courageous, do it again. Do it again. Be courageous again. Walk out again. Go to that event and make up your mind. You're going to introduce yourself to at least 3 people. You get their contact and follow up with them. You do it again. Do it again. That's how people consistently. Consistently, you must challenge yourself all the time. Challenge yourself to it. Challenge yourself to it. Are you getting value? Let me see you say yes, 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 yes. Type yes in the comment section. Type yes, type yes, type yes, type yes. So you must know that courage is not like it has to be big, like David fought Goliath. It could be something small. You walk up somewhere, you see people bullying someone. What can you do about the situation? See people who, what can you do concerning certain situation? It could be small. It could be as little as facing someone who is bullying the other person and say, "Oh, you can't do that." It could be as little as taking that courage to speak to someone who sits beside you in the bus and say, "Oh, good afternoon. How's your day?" Courage. Little things, big things. That's how you build courage consistently. That's how you build courage consistently. All right, now I'm going to tell you 3 things that you can begin to practice. 3 practices of courage. 3 practices of courage. Maybe in our next class, we'll talk about some other things on courage code. Okay, because I think next week, I'm inviting a digital entrepreneur who will be teaching us some amazing stuff on how to make money on the internet. Okay, so I'll let you know if that will be holding. Of course, you will get my post to be able to know how that goes. Okay. Now, 3 things that you can begin to do. Number one is to write down your fears. Okay, write down your fears. What are the things right now that you realize in your life that you're scared of? What are the things that scare you about your life? What are those things that scare you about your life? Like it makes you always scared. Like when you want to take that, so you keep finding that fear present in your life. That fear is present, like present in your life. What are those things that you fear? Begin to write them down. Oh, I'm scared to speak in public. I'm scared. I'm scared that I may fail. I'm scared that all of this. What are those things that you're scared about? Now, when you're writing down those things you're scared about, take them one after the other and begin to write down action steps you're going to take to conquer them. Sometimes your fear may be as a result of a level of awareness that you have not come into. Maybe as a result of your level of knowledge that needs to be upgraded. Maybe as a result of a skill that you don't have. Your fear may be as a result of background you have come out from. Okay, so you begin to take action steps on how you can begin to overcome them. Write down the action steps you want to take. Oh, I'm going to get a coach. Oh, I'm going to read a book. Oh, I'm going to watch videos that challenge me. Or I'm going to look for someone who have been here or seem to have overcome this situation that could inspire me. Oh, maybe I need to attend conferences more. Maybe I need to focus on this more. So when you can begin to do that, you will see your life change in those small ways. So you begin to write down your fears. Write down your fears. Write it down. Write it down. The more you write it down, the closer the ability to conquer that fear will begin to come. Better the ability to conquer that fear will begin to come. Write down your fears. Write down action steps that would enable you to be able to conquer them. So you should have a fear journal. Number 2 steps you want to take is start a courage challenge. There's something called a courage challenge. Now, this is what it means. Courage challenge is like, what are the things that represent your comfort zone? I just want to always be with myself. I don't want to talk to anyone. Oh, I don't want to post anything on the internet. I just want to be me. Oh, I don't like attending conferences. Me, I just like to be myself. Oh, I prefer just online, YouTube. Hmm. Me, I cannot be using my money to buy books, so I can't be using my money to pay for courses. So let me just know. are the things that represent your comfort zone? Create a courage challenge about them. Do something new. You don't become new by doing what is old. You become new by doing something new. You become better by doing something new, by taking those courageous steps that can make the difference in your life. You start taking those courageous steps. You take them one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. And then before you know it, boom, you're there. You're there. Start taking courageous steps. Give yourself, don't join them to do all those unnecessary challenges. You have your life to face. What is that thing that will make up your own courage challenge? It could be reading books. It could be taking time to read things again and again and again. It could be the ability to improve your speaking, the ability to be able to teach, the ability to be able to lighten the lives of others, the ability to say, oh, I'm going to reach out to at least 2 people every day that I'm going to wish well and miss those in my network. Coming out of your comfort zone, you must give yourself a courage challenge. Courage challenge. Courage challenge. Challenge yourself. Set yourself up to be courageous. Set yourself up to be courageous. Set yourself up to be courageous. And then number 3, the daily brave heart. Daily brave heart. Do something on a daily basis that brings you closer to your greatness. It could be as little as speaking to at least one stranger. Speaking to at least one stranger. It could be as little as reading a chapter of a book every day. It could be as little as saying, oh, in the next 30 days, I'm going to show my face online to inspire someone for 5 minutes. Daily brave acts, daily brave actions that come out of bravery, that comes out of bravery. Very important. Very important. I was just looking, or I just saw that you will find out that there are people who face unpleasant situations in their life and they live with so much peace, like unpleasant situations, and then they live with so much peace. Why? This is because they have created a system in their life that makes them to be naturally, without having to do so much, they have built their muscles so much to be naturally courageous, despite the situations that they may be faced with. One of them is someone like Nelson Mandela. How can someone being